All right, let's talk about something that's, well, absolutely critical for every single tax professional out there: mastering the art of getting paid. This isn't just about the cash, you know? It's about building a real, professional, sustainable business. So let's dive right in.
Look, you've put in the work, right? You've sharpened your tax skills, you know your stuff inside and out. But being a pro, that goes beyond just filling out forms. It extends to your whole operation, especially how you collect your fees. All that expert knowledge is fantastic, but it's got to be backed up by solid systems for actually getting paid. So, I gotta ask you, and be honest with yourself here. Is your payment system really ready for success? I mean, what happens when you get that flood of new clients you're working so hard for? Can you handle it? Or is it going to turn into total chaos? That's a huge question you need to think about, like right now.
So, why is this such a big deal?
Well, a great payment system does a few things. First, it gives you a super clear process so you're never left guessing. It also offers different ways for clients to pay, which they'll appreciate. And honestly, this is the big one. It lets you scale your business without everything just falling apart.
When you boil it all down, every single time a client pays you, it's going to go one of two ways. That's it, just two paths. And understanding these two scenarios, that's the bedrock of a solid payment strategy.
And here they are. It's pretty simple. You've got your refund-based payments. That's where your fee gets taken right out of the client's refund. Super smooth. Then you've got your upfront payments, where the client just pays you directly, right then and there. Your business has to be ready to handle both of these. No sweat.
Okay, let's break down that refund model because it's pretty slick. Step 1, the client agrees to a refund transfer. From that point on, it's pretty much automatic. Your prep fee zips right over to you, the e-file fee goes to the service provider, in our case, GBC, and the best part for the client, they don't have to pay a dime up front. It's totally seamless for them. Yeah, this is what the modern tax bank system looks like in action. The whole thing is built for convenience, which, let's be real, is a huge reason why so many clients love it. It's easy, and they don't have to pull out their wallet. But that system isn't always going to be an option, right? You're going to have clients who actually owe money to the IRS, so there's no refund to pull from. You'll have people filing amendments or old returns, and honestly, some people just prefer to pay you directly. You've got to be ready for all of those situations. Now hold on. If you're just starting out, please don't freak out. You absolutely 100% do not need some crazy, complicated, expensive system on day one. It's totally fine. In fact, it's smart to start simple. When you're in those early days, you know what your best friend is? Those familiar peer-to-peer payment apps. They're easy, your clients are probably already using them every day, and they get the job done without any fuss. And I'm talking about the usual suspects here. Of course, good old-fashioned cash is always great, but then you've got things like Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay. They're fast, they're free, and people trust them. These are perfect tools for when you're getting started. Okay, but here's where the story takes a turn. The very thing you're working for, more clients, more success, is what's going to break those simple systems. Seriously, a method that works perfectly when you have, say, 10 clients, it will absolutely crumble and fail when you hit 100. This is such a critical lesson, and a lot of people learn it the hard way. You just can't run a growing business from memory. Trying to remember who paid, how they paid, who still owes you, at scale, memory-based systems will fail you. Every single time. And just think about what happens. Your memory starts to slip, tracking payments becomes a total mess. You've got money coming in from 5 different apps. If you bring on a team, oh, it gets really complicated. And your bookkeeping, it turns into an absolute nightmare. So, how do we fix this? How do we conquer the chaos? Simple. We scale up our systems. This is all about grabbing some professional tools and, just as important, adopting some professional habits to manage that growth. So, for those of you who are planning for growth and expecting a higher volume of clients, looking into a dedicated payment processor like Square is a really smart move. Is it required? No. But is it a strategic upgrade for a business that's serious about growing? Absolutely. And here's why something like Square just works so well. First off, it's free to sign up. No monthly fees. It's super easy to use, but the best part is that it solves those big scaling problems we talked about. It automatically documents everything and brings all your payments into one central place. The chaos? Gone. Okay, let me be crystal clear about this next part. I don't care what system you use. It could be Cash App, Square, Carrier Pigeon, whatever. Tracking every single payment is completely 100% non-negotiable. So here are your best practices. You need to save every receipt. The second a payment comes in, you note how they paid in that client's file. And this is a big one. Always confirm you've got the payment before you hit that e-file button. And hey, even if you're using P2P apps, screenshot the confirmation. Just create a simple, consistent system that you'll actually stick with. Consistency is the name of the game. And what if you have a team? Well, then structure isn't just nice to have, it's mandatory. Anyone on your team needs to be able to answer 3 simple questions in a heartbeat. Has this client paid? How did they pay? And who gets the credit for this return? A good system prevents all that confusion and, frankly, ugly disputes over commissions. At the end of the day, this whole thing isn't about making your life more complicated. It's the opposite. The goal is to build a business where you have complete control over your money, total clarity in your records, and the ability to grow without everything breaking down. Right from your very first client, you need to think like a real business owner. And the goal is always the same: clean records and total financial control. That's the foundation you build a long, sustainable career on. So what can you do, like today? Here are your action steps. 1. Create a simple payment checklist that you use for every single client. 2. Keep a running list of who owes you money. Don't rely on memory. And 3, use whatever works for you. A notes app, a spreadsheet, whatever. The key is to be consistent and to be ready. And I want to leave you with this powerful thought from Dr. Geno Bradley. He says, don't get ready, stay ready. What that means is build your systems now, before you're drowning in clients. That way, when all that success you're working for shows up, you're already prepared to handle it like the pro you are.